live today, 239 Uncensored Studios. Got a Freestyle Friday, Politicking with Jira Larry Love, sponsored by Jimmy P's Burgers and More. Juan's got the new location coming up in a couple weeks. Me and Blake just had a nice lunch there yesterday.
Definitely.
Maxwell Mortgage, Lauren Maxwell team, and of course, Becker Custom Builders, the man himself here. Blake Becker is going to help co-host this Friday show for us. Got a few people definitely said, man, you guys had a really good flow and chemistry with Blake on. So I said, yeah, we have to bring him back. I love Trey, and I was so honored to have Trey on. It was a great show. But the consensus was Trey took that show over. So yeah, well, that's what he does for a living. So
he's a professional.
He's a professional, yeah. But we love having him on. But we need a little more Blake, Larry time, and we're gonna keep it free flowing today. Got Larry. Larry's been all over the globe this last week. Revolt.
Been around the world, and yeah.
And there's still player hating. Speaking of which, we'll get to Diddy.
We gotta give him a job. If they ain't hating, listen. My job in life is to aggravate people. Aggravate people how? Just living.
Hating's hard work.
Yes, you got to give them a job.
That's right. Keep them busy. Keep them on their toes.
So just to talk about a little bit, Larry, because people are always fascinated, and I always get those questions. How's Larry doing? Where's Larry now? I go, I'm not, not my turn to watch him. And you guys know
not
Larry.
My turn to watch
so, but they're always like, man, Larry's over here. But Georgia, Colorado, Oklahoma, I think.
Yeah.
Where were you this week?
It's crazy. Yeah, I was in Georgia for the Revolt, which was very, very dope.
Who was the coolest person you met there that you bumped into? You're like, man, that.
Pastor Mike.
Todd?
The one that got the song. I'm trying to think of the song back. He remixed and he made it into a Christian song.
You talking about Pastor Mike Todd from Transformation Church?
Yeah.
That's
Love
your
that
guy.
Dude.
You put
Love
me on to him.
Dude. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You got a pick with him?
No, I didn't take no pic.
Cool cat, though.
I just told him, man, how much I really appreciate him. Keep moving, because the way he's changing the landscape and making like gospel music and pastoring, like he's getting the words out in his own way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's dope because so many people are getting away from Christ in general. So we got to bring people back.
Because of its appeal.
Yeah.
And he's bringing it to like not just an urban appeal, but like to a younger person's appeal. And if you see his congregation, it's a mixture of everybody. But he's doing it in his own way. He loves hip hop. He loves music. So yeah, I that's what attracted me to it. I really like what Todd is doing out there, bringing people together and to Christ. And that's that's the key, right?
Yeah. Me, I'm just an old traditional Southern Baptist. Okay. My church is a dying church. Everyone is old. That's just what it is. And, you either find old people or super young people, which meaning they're great grands or grandkids in church. You never really find that medium.
Yeah.
Not like at the old traditional churches, like far as like Methodist or Baptist or what have you. Like a lot of the non-denominational churches now, you'll see a lot more, mixture and what have you. But me, I'm just old traditional Southern Baptist.
Old school. I love Larry's church.
And ain't nothing wrong with that either.
Listen,
there's the traditional churches are good for that reason.
That's just
traditional.
Me, And if you know a Southern Baptist, they don't let women in the pulpit or nothing. They hard, But hey, I guess that's why I am the way I am.
So Revolt, Atlanta to Colorado. I saw you had a little issue there.
Yeah, man. Listen, I couldn't even breathe in Colorado. Like, I had to get some oxygen cans.
Well, I wasn't even talking about that.
Yeah,
but
I had that's what my luggage, because my luggage with my CPAP machine, man.
Well, no, I was talking about the issue that you ran into with the bear.
Oh man, the bear. Oh, yeah, man. Listen, if anybody out there, if you ever see me fighting the bear, pour honey on me and help the bear.
Well, here's the difference. I actually came in close contact with a bear 2 weeks ago, and I've literally had like 6 people in my house right in front of my car. When you're just going to your car and you're really not, because it's your car, so you're not paying attention. And I get close to my car, I look up, and it's a bear. Like, I'm
serious.
It's dead serious. And so what do? I mean, I'm gonna get blasted again, but I ran. Now everyone's like, "Well,
hold on a second. What else are you supposed to do?"
Hold up. Now let's.
Thank you, Blake, because everyone's, even my daughter's like, "Daddy, you ran. You're not supposed to run." Yeah, I get that. In theory, that's great, but when the bear was literally that close to me,
that's what psychology say. You fight or flight. But listen here, now we're going. According to white people, they say you're supposed to just stand there, sit still, like you dead.
You're supposed to get tall.
Yeah, like, it sounds great in theory, but until you come across that bear, I want to see, Tim's giving me crap, and then I don't know what to do. So I text Colonel Bloom. Do I call the police? What do I do? He's like, well, if the bear's not going to attack you, man, there's nothing we can do.
File an assault.
I've literally there's a viral video of a bear in a garage. Like 6 or 7 different people keep sending me. I go, yeah, okay, that's great.
No, but think about that. You're supposed to stand up and be taller than a bear, which now leaves all my vital organs exposed to a bear. That seems like the worst idea in the world.
Now, who came up with that idea? Who came up with that idea?
I don't know.
I would think that would piss the bear off because he's feeling like he's
probably someone who's never been attacked by a bear.
Probably.
Man, listen, I remember
what would you do if you came across with a bear?
I'm going to try to use my feet as fast as possible first.
That's what I did.
Then I'm going to come up with distractionary top.
They say a bear, they say a bear run 35 miles per hour. I'm running 37.
Right. I'm going to trust my getaway sticks long before I pick up my fist to fight that.
True story about a bear, right? I was in Montana. This was like 2007, 8, somewhere around that time. I had a moot trial up there in Montana State, right? So I go to Glacier National Park. So, it's crazy. Like, first of all, I don't know what this black man doing up there at that, wildlife park, because that's, that's really black people in woods don't really mix. So
they had one black guy in Yellowstone.
That's exactly. You see what I'm saying? So we on the trolley. So they tell you, please do not get off the trolley. Do not approach animals, what have you. So they stop the trolley for people can take pictures and everything else. How about it was like 13 people on the trolley, including myself. 12 got off the trolley. Dude said, you're not going to get off? I said, man, listen, somebody got to live to tell the story. So I'll be the one back talking to the news anchor like, man, I seen the way the bear mauled the people. Listen, it was a mama bear and like 4 little cubs.
Nope.
I'm definitely not. I'm talking about, I'm seeing them like they probably probably about 150 yards away. And I'm like, do these people not know how fast bears can run? I said, yeah, I'm about to sit here and just watch. But thank God nothing happened.
Well, that's why then people say the bear attacks are very uncommon till they're not.
Yeah, right. So you're the one getting clawed up by a bear.
Yeah, I mean,
listen, man, I was so scared out there. I'm looking at mountain lions all in the trees and stuff. I'm like, man, get me the hell up out of here, man. I don't have no business in these woods. I was out.
You don't do well with animals.
Nah, man, that's not my thing, man. No. Like, it's only could be one animal, and that's me.
Well, you got a whole different type of animals in politics, but that's
there's only a few certain people who are equipped to deal with animals like that. Like on the average, 98% of us are not equipped.
We're not
to wrestle alligators,
crocodile hunter,
to fight
look what happened
bears,
to the crocodile hunter,
to swim with sharks. We're not built for that.
Nah, man, I'm not doing it.
It's only a matter of time that
God made us dominion over this here. So I'm not going in a habitat trying to take over nothing.
I agree.
So no, I'm good on that. So talk to me, Pat. What's going on? What's going on, Blake?
There's I don't know if you guys been seeing the news, but Diddy's been in the news.
Take that.
Well, a lot of baby oil.
In the news, he's all my feed. I can't not see Diddy videos. People clowning this dude. And like,
yeah, and I honestly, I can't help but feel for him. Now, again, we'll see. Let the man have his day in court. We'll see what comes out. But it's sad to me because this is a guy that built an empire from scratch. And just to see the position he's in at 54 years old in a terrible federal prison. And we'll talk about Diddy, but a perfect example of loyalty and love. There was actually a video just popped up on my feed this morning where they were at the Rock Nation brunch. And Diddy toasted. He said, "To loyalty, united we stand." I haven't all those guys in that video. Jay-Z, Meek Mill, French Montana. I haven't seen any of them speak up and come to his defense.
Man, that's life, man. That's what people do. See, this is what I was just talking about. Even when you replayed that clip of when we had Tito on here, man, people throw that, and I used to get mad at you when you always throw that word loyalty out. If you haven't been through nothing, you don't know what loyalty is. Because everybody love you when you're on top.
On top.
Everybody your best friend when you're on top. But when controversy rises, let's see where everybody at. Let's see where they at when you're broke. Let's see when you're going through them.
That's right.
That turmoil, accusations, arrests, sickness, or what have you. They're going to tell the tale. My mom used to always tell me, like, son, you'll know who your friends are, whether you without in the hospital or you in jail. That's when your friends be tested. Because you don't have to ask no one to come see about you. Because you ain't going to have no way. Either when they hear about it, they're going to step up to the plate or they're not. And with Diddy, it's sad because, like, I know he probably had helped so many people, put so many people on and what have you, despite whatever he's going through. If you's his guy, you his guy. Mm-hmm. You don't have to agree with it, but at least support him and be like, man, listen, if you did that, that's real messed up,
you
dog.
Need help.
You need help, and I'm going to help you get
and
that help.
I think it's pretty apparent he had a drug problem. I mean, I allegedly, but I mean, I think that's pretty much out there that he's been bad. And you know, from speaking from experience, when you're on drugs, you make very bad decisions and clouds your thinking. So, you know, can the man get help and save himself and turn his life around?
Yeah, but whether you on alcohol or drugs,
no,
I don't know if it really matters or not. Like, that's hearsay. We don't really know. The fact of the matter is he can't be all bad. Right now, he's being portrayed as all bad. The man has done tons of stuff for I'm sure tons of charities, helping people get out of poverty through music. So there's a lot of good that he's done. He's got to have some people in his corner. There's got to be some loyal members of his team, you would think, supporting him.
People went to those parties willingly. It was like, I want to go. Now I'm not saying, and I saw something that's the definition of sex trafficking is very clouded because it could be like, I could call a girl in LA and fly her down here just with the intent to have sex with her. That would be considered sex trafficking. So it's a very fine line. So he could have had girls flown in. Again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm defending Diddy because it's some serious accusations, but let the man get up, man. Hopefully he gets his day in court because it sounds like he's not doing well.
You don't have your day in court, man. You guilty. Even if you prove yourself innocent, you guilty until prove yourself innocent.
Well, let's hear all the facts come out because how many, you know, obviously what he did to Cassie on camera, despicable, awful, no excuse for that. That alone, like maybe his business deserves to be taken down, but you know, again, you know.
But here's the thing: we also put celebrities way up on pedestals. We allow them to do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it, on camera or off camera. But then we get mad when they act a certain way. Same thing with NFL players, NBA players. You give people a ton of money, you let them run wild, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he did that.
Think about what you just said, though. And look how America crucified Charles Barkley when he said what he said back in 1993. He said, I'm just a man. I'm not no role model.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how could he say this and that? He's a role model. No, because he understood. I error just like I'm regular human, individual.
Right. Mm-hmm. But y'all put me up.
Y'all want to try to
put the tape. Put the tape.
Me?
On me. Yeah.
I don't care about no man, no woman. Like, I look at you as regular.
And
you put your pants on just like I put mine on. So be it. Like, I'm not putting you over anything or anyone.
No, and two, like I've been following like the Gene Deals of this world, and he's been putting this stuff out for 7, 8, 9 years about Diddy and other people. It's been kind of even Exhibit. I remember he got blackballed for saying Diddy took him to a party. And it was just a bunch of naked guys and all this crazy stuff going on. But how come it all of a sudden became a big issue?
That's what you need to ask. Because we don't know but a little tiny bit of what's really going on, right? And this stuff been going on with all types of different people and all different types of entertainment areas, right? So what he's doing is just being exposed now for what? That's the question. Why is it being exposed?
Why is he being exposed, and who did he piss off? Now, 50 kind of hinted, you know, he had that lawsuit with the big liquor company. I'm forgetting their name, but they put out Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker, all that. Not Jack Daniels, but Johnny Walker, do Ciroc and other stuff. And he filed a lawsuit against them for discrimination. I don't know the whole facts, but 50 thinks that may have played a role in his downfall. So someone high up somewhere along the line, because he was able to get away with this stuff for years till he wasn't. And then, but guys like Clive Davis, again, allegedly, but he's been accused of stuff like this, and he groomed Diddy and others. Again, why isn't Clive Davis facing scrutiny? And you brought up the Hugh Hefner analogy, which
speaking of Hugh, today is the day he died.
Really?
Like 8 years ago or something.
Really?
It just came across my Facebook feed when I say I get shouts out to old Hugh Hefner. And I know he did a big party for us in Tallahassee. I think it was '98, that club, Bullwinkles. It was off the chain.
I bet.
I mean, Hugh Hefner did the party. Playboy did the party.
Playboy.
Hugh Hefner didn't do no party.
Playboy? He owned Playboy?
Yeah, but he wasn't.
That's Hugh.
Hugh Hefner would never come to Tallahassee. He's got a little more class than that.
You know how many of his playmates have been from the great Florida State?
I bet.
Florida. Yeah.
Florida State.
Florida State University. How
a
many?
A whole lot.
Let me hear you throw out a crazy
I ain't going to throw out
number.
a crazy number. But I had made that post about Hugh Hefner yesterday on Facebook, right? Mm-hmm. And I was glad, everybody was very, together pretty much on certain things. It wasn't no disrespect amongst anyone, but it had over 110 comments. But a lot of interesting points that was made about Hugh Hefner and Diddy. It's like at one time they were saying oh, Hugh Hefner never had kids and all this stuff in. But then I hear other people saying they had a documentary about he did bring children there or what have you. I don't know, but I was still trying to figure out. One of my things is on the news, they talking about all this baby oil, lube, whatever Puffy had,
which is not a crime, because it's like one of the biggest thing. Oh, Diddy had that. Last time I checked, very weird, but to have 1,000 bottles of baby oil is not a crime.
How many you think Hugh Hefner had at the Playboy Mansion?
If Diddy had 1,000, then Hugh Hefner probably had 10.
Easy. Easy. And the thing is,
but there's probably a difference.
But look, check it out though. Hugh Hefner was actually promoting it.
Right, that was his job.
I'm surprised he didn't have his own baby oil.
He was actually promoting, come here, have plenty of women, have sex, have fun, do whatever you do. And damn well it was recorded.
Oh, right.
It was recorded.
Paparazzi was.
But never heard of it. Any druggings there or...
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm just saying different time too,
No, because in reality, all it takes is somebody just to come out and say that right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it takes. For someone, one of them girls or one of them guys to say, yes, I was drugged there, what have you. And you think about all the people that have been there. Everybody that he has brought to that place. Every celebrity, every entertainer, every athlete. I know a lot of politicians. So it's
now, and it was different. Now, if he was still doing that now, it probably would be scrutinized more, So we do live in a different
times have changed a little bit.
Yeah.
But statistically, there had to be some craziness going on at Hugh Hefner's place.
Think about it. Especially, it started in the 80s. Cocaine, a powerful drug.
Probably started before.
You telling me?
Right?
You telling me?
Yeah.
You got to tell me.
Cocaine, a powerful drug.
That's what they say.
You know what I'm saying?
But what's your prediction on what's going to happen with Diddy? Does he snitch and get time shaved off? Does he make it to trial?
Somebody
he's not
said
eating.
He's in a really nasty prison.
He's
the place they got him holed up is a really dirty, nasty
They got him
place.
at the same place they got that Sam Freed at.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, I read something what his lawyer has said, and I'm with the lawyer. I'm waiting on them to start talking about what really evidence they really had.
Because I saw something like the people that had his house raided are the people that want those videos. They want to get the videos so they can make them go away.
Well, that's the thing.
That's a conspiracy.
And
right?
suppose they really only have one person. The Cassie thing is really the whole case is built around that. So,
and if that's the case, that's what 7-8 years ago. Statute of limitations on the battery assault. That's 5 years tops for almost in any state across the country.
It's interesting how those videos got out because Diddy had paid the hotel off to get those videos, but there was an extra cost. So,
which means he sued them. He get all his money back plus some.
Yeah, well, at this point, it's damage has been done more. Than
the damage is done. It's even with for example, I know how that works because I can't talk about the police department I sued or the corporation that I sued. Mm-hmm. I can't even go into details about it, or else I have to, deal with those consequences. But Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, we'll see what comes out. Now everyone's jumping on these lawsuits and all this stuff. It'd be interesting to see if his security and people around him get tied into that. Because if that happened, then
if you did everything they say you did, if you was sex trafficking children, kids, and all this type of stuff, every individual that was there, they need to be held on some type of charge. And the kids' parents, they need to be held on some type of charge.
1,000%.
You know, like,
I mean, Justin Bieber, you letting 15 years old spend 48 hours with Diddy. What the heck's going on? It's like with the Michael Jackson thing. You know who Diddy's going to throw this all on? My prediction, Wolf.
Man,
throw it on the dead guy.
Hey, speaking of that,
you know who Wolf? Let's give Blake a quick 30-second. I love talking to hip hop gangsters. Wolf was that dude that was like Diddy's bodyguard, right hand man, and he got killed in a shootout with Big Meech from BMF in Atlanta. But
Big Meech,
yeah, and Wolf is the guy that also allegedly killed Suge Knight's best friend in Atlanta when they had the little. I love the backstories
I know you
of hip hop.
Since we on New York, y'all saw they got the Teflon Don, Mayor Eric Adams.
Speaking of, he's kind of wrapped into this Diddy stuff too. Gave him the key. They supposedly they're
the bad boy of music. What do you say? The bad boy of music,
bad boy of politics,
and with the bad boy of politics.
Yeah,
that's not a good look right now. Boy, and AOC distanced herself.
I'm telling you, man.
Perfect difference between
love and loyalty.
What's the difference between love and loyalty?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh man, so I like to go like family because I've been where my chips are down, right? And my family can love me, but they can definitely turn their back on me when it comes to things being down. Or being up? Because then I've had the rebound, and you think because my family loves me or my closest friends love me, now that I've gotten back and I'm at a certain place, there's no loyalty anymore because I didn't bring them with me, or I didn't accept a podcast, or I didn't do something for them, and now they're out there talking or saying stuff about me. So either chips down or chips up. There's no loving. There's still love. They're family, his friends. I've loved him, whatever. But there's no loyalty anymore. So like the level of which I'm going to support somebody no matter what is my loyalty. But I can love. You know how it is in the program and the circle that I run in. I love everybody.
Right.
But I also put some cards out with a little bit of information on there to see if when I say things, it comes back to me. And that's my test. And I find out real quick who's loyal and who just likes me or loves me. And I still love them people. Cool. But now I know I'm not going to share information with that person because I did, and it came back to me in a different direction. So I like to test love and loyalty.
Would you rather be loved? Would you rather have loyalty or love?
Well, it depends on what kind of love you're talking about.
Let's take
having love from your daughter, having love from your wife.
Let's take family and sexual relations out of it.
Okay. So we're talking about just our core group of friends then, right? Acquaintances, friends, much love. I would much rather have loyalty than love.
I agree.
I don't need you to like me.
No.
I need you to respect me and be loyal to me.
Since Patrick opened up that window when he talked about his drug use, it's like, that really pissed me off.
And I was actually going to tie that in with that because someone texted me and said, what do you mean you need to be loved? And I said, well, a perfect example is Larry when I had, my issues, whatever. But back when you came to see me in December, Larry was pissed off at me. He yelled at me. He did so he didn't necessarily love me, but he made that 3-hour drive to go see me. And I appreciate the loyalty and the honesty because it'd be easy just to.
That's both though. Because he loved you enough to come and tell you the truth to your face and being loyal to you, trying to help you. Am I wrong?
He didn't do it in a loving way. But yes, he did it because he loved me.
It wasn't love that had that. It's like, you know how the Bible says, are you your brother's keeper?
Yeah.
That's loyalty. That's loyalty. Because you can hate your brother, but you loyal to him to make sure he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, right.
You can hate his ways.
Right.
His everything about it. But you're like, man, I have to be loyal to him. It's almost like a commitment.
Yeah.
So it's like with him, I'm committed to make sure this man be right. How much it bothers me, how much it hates me, it pains me. But it's my job. I honored that job. Like, we in for the long haul, boss.
Right.
You know, so like, if I don't do it, who gonna do it?
And I remember that because him and I was talking at that time. I remember him saying you came to see him.
I wanted to kill him.
Right.
I wanted to kill him myself.
Right.
Like, it hurt me so bad. Like, cause I'm crying. Like, you know, like, this is my brother. Like, you know, I get the call from his mother. You know, she like, Larry, I can't go. So like, it just bothered me. So it's like, but I'm there. And you know, even with myself, a situation, like I remember one time me and my brother, my oldest brother, we had it out. So we didn't speak for about like 6-7 months, right? He couldn't stand me. I didn't care. So I got into it with some local gangsters. I was outnumbered. And like me, I have a nonchalant attitude. This is either me or you. Let's do it, suckers.
Yeah.
So I guess someone had called my brother. And like, it was like 6-7 of them. We was in the projects. And I was like, oh, I'm coming back. Like, it's either you or me. And so I guess when my brother found out, he had called me. I was like shocked. He said, wait on me.
Yeah.
He said, I'm getting off work.
Loyalty.
I'm coming.
Loyalty.
And he just wanted to have my back. Like, and you know, I went and handled my business. And I say, listen, we can do it however you want to do it, but I really want to put these hands on you because I know mine's certified. And it went down just like that. And then the dude tried to stop him like, nah, he gonna beat him to death. Like, nah. Brother say, nah, that's what he asked for. But it was a whole lot of other stuff went on. And then, you know, they chasing me with guns and everything.
We had this conversation a long time ago. And just real quick, definitely, I probably do throw the word loyalty around a lot because I feel like I am a loyal person, sometimes to a fault. But after talking, we had a long time, I probably do throw it around. But you and Blake, especially now, I mean, I definitely could say two people loyal, and loyalty means everything to me. And I appreciate the both of you and what you've been there for me when the chips have, I mean, and so have you, Blake. Literally, you know, when I was down, there was 4 or 5 people that pretty much only took my calls, and you two were.
See, the thing also about loyalty will keep you in places where you shouldn't be.
Perfect example is
loyalty.
12 years.
Yeah, loyalty can keep you in some real strange places where you should have been out.
That's a good point.
You know, and
that's why I'm saying you could be loyal to a fault too.
It's like even again, I just use me, like I was loyal. It still is loyal to a lot of cats that's on the streets. They doing their thing, like, and my job, like, man, listen, you're gonna lose every time, dog. You gotta come on up out of there, you know. But I can't, you know, I can't change them, you know. Even though I try to elevate them, bring them up to my level, you know, because I'm not going to your level.
Right.
Period.
That's how I was taught. We don't go down to help. We bring people up.
I'm bringing you up.
That's for me. Come up here, you know what I'm saying? I'll work with you.
Yeah. And and so loyalty at the same time, but I was smart enough to shake that, you know, so because it's other things that I can use for examples, but it's like, man, you got to be careful because loyalty will keep you in situations because you care so much about that person and you can see some detrimental stuff coming down the pipe to hurt them. And you want to just make sure you dare to stop it because they don't see it.
And as humans, we yearn loyalty, but we don't get it from everybody.
We don't.
I think
we can get love.
We can get love. So there's a blurred line right there. So where you're expecting loyalty and you're getting love, right? And you're not seeing it until there's some break. And then you see you smack in the face. And that's when you get hurt or resentful. Oh, that wasn't loyalty. That's why that was just love.
When you called me about that, that's what you were kind of saying too, because you might think this person probably does like you, love you, but
they're not loyal to you.
I mean, and we see it. And that's okay.
We see it. Like, again,
and that's
like,
okay.
Yeah.
I see it for what it is. And that's okay. It's going to affect that. If it's meant to be, it'll be.
All right.
Okay, we're back at it.
You know what I was going to ask you, Larry? Remember we had this conversation. Why is my memory better than yours after all the shit I've been through? But do you remember we had this conversation and where we had this conversation? We were talking about the 2 toughest areas you probably been to or wouldn't want beef with people from these 2. Do you remember where we had that conversation?
No, I don't.
It was in the car as we were getting ready to go on the Joe Whitehead show.
Oh,
we were in the car. For some reason, I remember odd stuff like that. But
okay.
2 cities you wouldn't want beef with street dudes from these two cities. See if it's I remember the two you said. I'll be curious to see if it's the same.
It's
and you
different.
Can explain why too.
It's different. Like, okay, I'm gonna refer to when I was out there on them streets, like, and what I seen, and later on in life. I know while I was in college, my younger years, man, you really didn't want beef with them cats out of Fort Myers.
Right.
Man, I never seen nobody pull pistols out faster than somebody from Fort Myers. Fort Myers and Fort Pierce.
What do they call Fort Myers? Little Pakistan?
Yeah, Little Pakistan.
Yeah,
it's crazy because at that time, Fort Myers was like the 13th most dangerous city in America.
But you don't hear about it on the news because it's paradise.
So it's like, I knew what was going on because I was out there. You know, I was getting shot at. Shoot, I know what was up. Hell, when I was in college, let me tell you a true story. Me and this one celebrity, we got into it, this one rap dude. And so he said some things out his mouth, and like, I was outnumbered. And dude, you ain't gonna disrespect me. Cause I mean, that's just who I am. Either you gonna whoop me, or I'm gonna whoop you. So he said it again, and I slapped him, right? Boom. Like it wasn't nothing. So then next thing you know, I got like 4 guys jumping on me. I'm trying to fight. Dude hit me. I went to my knee, got back up, fighting. And then I had to run. One of the cats, he was running with a 40 Glock. They telling him to move. I ran. I think I was about 19. I was in school. I ran, had to run through Wendy's, jumped over the counter, ran through the back. They coming in like, man, if they would have caught me, I knew I would have been a dead man. You know? Matter of fact, they tried to get me to go on, you know, to talk about it. Some of the people that he was rapping against and everything else, but that's not me.
Yeah.
You know, we cool. We squashed everything right after that because we was buddies. Like we was all hanging. We was hanging and banging and slanging.
Now you're hanging out at the Ritz-Carlton. That's a hint for you guys if you're wondering what it was about. Let's transition. What other? Because you actually named 2 other cities.
And if cities I mean, man, I know like Jacksonville, them cats, wow. Them some wild cats, but really, man, New Orleans and Gary, Indiana.
What's up with Gary, Indiana? See that I grew up in Illinois, and it was bad back then.
Gary, Indiana, man,
something
like,
serious up there.
Yeah, you know, I had a piece of property up there, and I used to be up there a lot. I had it when I was in Indiana. I had met a young lady.
Close to Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, part of Indiana is called East Chicago. Right. I mean, they shot the mayor up there.
Yeah,
they shot city council. They shot the police. Man, you can get it in Gary.
The G.
That's why they say it's GI affiliated. You don't want no problems.
Yeah.
No problems.
Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. It goes down.
Yeah.
It goes down in the G. I mean, yeah.
Let's talk about let's keep this flowing a little bit. Got a little bit time. Top 5 rappers all time. Blake, you can go ahead. I told you.
Mine's easy.
Don't
mine
come with
hasn't
some
changed.
bullshit.
Mine's not bullshit. Mine's the same as it's been since I was like 19 years old. Yeah, so you got Pac, Biggie, Nas. This is not in order. M and Wayne. Those are the 5. These are all lyrical monsters and storytellers.
So your top 3 is the same as literally. I have Nas over Biggie.
I don't have that. Wasn't in order. If I'm gonna pick order,
I'd go Pac, Nas, Biggie, because just Nas has more body of work than Biggie. Because who's to say if Biggie was still alive, he'd probably be putting out some trash albums. You know, let's be real.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you
freestyling. Biggie was killing the game. Pac was amazing. Nas might be the best storyteller of all times, but like you can put all
lyrically,
these,
Nas.
You can put all these, any of those 5, I think, against each other. You're gonna have a tough competition.
Oh, it's going down.
Tough. Like M and Wayne talk about being in studio sessions, and they just fire back until they come up with the best record. And they both say like neither one of us bodied each other. It's just excellent.
M bodied Wayne on Forever though.
Yeah.
Irv Gotti actually, who I can't stand, but brought up a great point. Eminem should just put out an album with features, like 15 features, and just body all the features because that's what he would do. But Eminem's not in my top 5 just because
lyricist.
Well, just in my personal top 5 favorite.
Okay,
I would go Pac, Nas, Biggie, Cube.
Cube's good
because when you factor in NWA and then his first 3 albums, and then you can let me hear it, but 50. And I'll tell you why. 50 Cent is top 5 all time. So even before he signed with Eminem, Guess Who's Back and Power of Dollar, two classic albums, more, street hood certified, but fantastic work. Some of his best work. It's probably my favorite albums, actually. Then he signs with Eminem, Get Rich or Die Trying. Everyone agrees that's the mecca of hip hop albums. Forget the sales, just overall standpoint. I thought The Massacre, which sold really well, was a great album as well. And then from his features, the hooks he's done, he's wrote for LL, he's wrote for Lil Kim, and then factor in the business side and TV. I think 50 Cent deserves to be put definitely top 10, but he's in my top 5. Obviously, no, I'm a 50 fan, but that's my explanation.
I go Pac, Lil Wayne. How much I like Biggie. Oh man, this thing is crazy. I'm gonna go Andre 3000. And I love myself some LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Because he was dropping them.
Yes, it's hard on that just 5 because there's so many people that I got right at 6. Andre, Rakim, Big L. I mean, there's so many.
I love Big L. When you want to talk about freestyles, Big L is one. Big L slaughtered Jay-Z in the freestyle. Big L, if he stayed alive, I think he would have made that top 5 list.
So
and I'm a big Cameron fan too. Jadakiss. That's in their
now,
top 5.
No one used similes and metaphors like Kiss.
Yeah.
Oh man, one of his favorite lines. He say, like Milwaukee, I get bucks because like Sam, I can sell. I was like, oh my God, because I got the stuff that they weigh the scale with the whales.
When my Coke comes in, they use the scale that
with the whales. I'm like, this dude is crazy with
over it.
Yeah, like
very smart dude.
Those,
he's a Trump guy too.
Those guys are super.
I don't believe that.
I don't know if I believe that.
Because he said
he's voting. Well, he's voting for Trump.
Really?
Yeah, he's advocating for Trump.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. Like, you don't have to be registered. To me, I don't care if you register independent, Democrat, or whatever.
He's not out campaigning for Trump, though.
I want your vote.
Right.
Same thing with Benny Siegel. I want your vote. And Benny grew up right in the heart of Philly, hard Philly, street Philly, and Benny we rocking with Trump.
But like we talked about on the last episode, the reason is a lot of these people, and Trey mentioned it, right, is that the Democratic Party is turning their back on some of those things that those guys used to feel they were getting.
But to me, it's even bigger than that. It's about resignation. It's like, and again, they voting for Trump and not the Republican Party.
Is it because they can identify with Trump being shot at it?
No, it's the stuff that, it's just the way he's saying the things. It's like,
because his messaging is not great.
No, it's not. But when you look at him and the things that he want to say, things that he want to do, like one thing with Black culture, we hate BS. And when we see you with BS, we're going to call you out on it. We try to get away from it. And Trump's so cut. He's so cut.
Not doing well with the Black voter.
Yeah.
See through the bull crap.
Yeah. Man, come on. Just tell us what it is, whether we like it or dislike it.
Did you see who fell for it, though?
Who?
Uncle Luke.
Nah, Luke just anti-Trump. He just
that's the
see,
thing.
That's
a
fine.
lot of people are just anti-Trump.
People just
so
anti-Trump.
Jump anywhere but
that's it.
Fine, but
anything to go against that person.
That disappointed me because Luke
You know
is
what they
smart,
say?
dude.
Enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like, that's what it is. Because everyone know Luke is conservative.
Should be a big,
Everyone know Luke's conservative, but he hate Trump. He hate Trump.
Should love Trump.
That's a lot of people.
I could see Trump and Luke would probably, they got to know each other. They'd probably be good friends.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And real quick, we were talking about top 5 movies. What would you put on your?
Oh man, same thing. Just go back to, because I'm a kid of, I was born in 81. So me being an adolescent, in the mid 90s and going into 2000s, I'm going to say Pulp Fiction, Casino, Donnie Brasco.
That's a great movie.
Desperado. Antonio Banderas, Selma Hayek's breakout film. Does
Top
a bad
5?
shoot up movie. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. It was a good shoot up
Selma
movie.
Hayek
Plus a love
was
story.
bad in that movie.
And Selma Hayek was naked, so shout out Selma Hayek
Yeah.
doing her
Man,
thing
she,
on
she
screen.
good. She look.
So
She looked just as
I
good
love
today.
it.
She
She
did
has
back
like
then.
57
I'll
today.
take
It looks
Selma
good.
Hayek over.
How many was that?
4.
I'm forgetting one. Man,
Old age will do that to you,
I'm
Blake.
telling you, bro. I'm getting old. Hold on, I think I wrote them down. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I could see.
Yeah, because I like to participate. I like to dabble.
Yeah. That's a weird movie.
So that was cool for me back then. So yeah, that was like, that was my, younger age favorite movies.
Well, my 5 probably be. I mean, I love Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's just something that just mimic my childhood. Boys in the Hood.
That was so well written, and the music
Singleton,
played
man.
with it.
Yeah. Singleton was that guy.
Did you know when they had that? Remember when Cube, the dude, bumped into him? He said, "We got a problem here." And those were real gunshots. That they weren't expected. Like that's why you had that reaction of people running.
Of course, Goodfellas.
Yeah,
I love the Goodfellas. A Bronx Tale. I love the 10 Commandments, and I also love Mississippi Burning.
Okay.
It was just some of those, like, those my 5 movies that, like, just I can watch and watch and watch, and I just pick up things each time from them, and I learn something always from them. So,
what about Scooby-Doo the movie?
I didn't like you know the new movie Scooby-Doo. I saw it. It's crazy what they doing with these new stuff, man. Like, they putting all this other stuff that's going on politically. That's right now they putting it in the movies. Like, they was even talking about
I know everything. Yeah,
I didn't like that.
Well,
like,
Blake probably didn't get that reference, so Larry's nickname is Scooby.
Yeah,
gotcha.
You want to tell him why?
Yeah, that woo. When I was growing up, I was always a big fan of the cartoon, and I used to be afraid of the dark.
Okay.
Yeah. I love that cartoon. I watch it today too.
Nothing wrong. Scooby snacks. I was all about them Scooby snacks.
Yeah. Which ones?
Anything I can get my hands on.
Casino, Braveheart, Donnie Brasco. Yeah, Braveheart. Donnie Brasco. I don't know if I put top, but Dead Presidents, because it was basically 2 movies in one. You had the Vietnam War and then him coming back home. So it was kind of / hood movie / war movie. I just thought that was a really well done movie. And now you got Heat.
Heat's a good one.
Yeah, Heat's a banger.
There's so many movies I could have said. I mean, Menace to Society. I used to love that movie. Even Belly.
Menace to Society or Boys in the Hood.
Belly remade like Scarface. It was like more
Belly.
hood version
Belly's
of it.
such an overrated movie, though. I mean, it's got great scenes and the Hype Williams.
Hey, it's crazy that you said Menace to Society, because when that movie dropped, right, I was a young Thundercat, and I got in some trouble, right. I was barred out of Collier County. For those who don't know, I had to go to school in Miami. I had to go stay with my uncle. My mom asked me that question that was on Menace to Society. She asked me, did I care if I live or die? And it's crazy, like, if you ask me that now, but when you asked me that then, and I looked my mom in the eyes and I told her it really didn't matter. I said, it don't matter. And, I wish I would have never said that, because I helped put gray hairs in my mom's head, because she was just, she was always so worried about me. Even when I was in college, I called my mom 3 times a day while I was in school, morning, throughout the middle of the day, and I had to call her before I go to bed, because she was always feared that someone was going to kill me because I didn't know how to back down and let nothing walk. She like, son, you cannot beat everybody. Somebody is always better than you.
Yeah, shout out to our moms, because for real, we done put them through.
I know I did. Like, it was just worry. She was just worried. Like,
it was just that one line.
And Larry always tells me, he said, man, you're still lucky enough to have a mom, so to put her, what you have put her through,
Right. Yeah. Right. I just like that line in Menace to Society when he walks up to dude, he's like, hey man, you need some help? And then pop.
Oh, MCA.
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 Hey, partner, you need some help?
Man, it was a lot of lines I used in that movie there.
That just all that stuff just reminds me of like, it takes me right back to when I started getting into trouble, when I started wilding out.
That's the 90s, man.
Those movies,
Juice.
yeah,
the 90s, man.
Them movies got me to the.
If Tupac never really recovered from that role.
If you was out there in them 90s, you related to all of that. Mm-hmm. You could tell who the ones who was really out there in them 90s, like, because it was a whole different atmosphere.
I remember I started selling weed at like 12 years old at my mom's window because of them movies. And I used to be the first one to say, man, this music and these movies ain't inspired me to do nothing. But 100% as a grown adult now, I look back, 1,000% inspired me to live the way I lived.
I remember Bill O'Reilly was on a huge anti-hip-hop campaign because he said, kids looked up to these guys and would sell drugs because they glamorize it. So do you agree then?
100%.
Not me.
I was influenced at a young age with hip-hop and pop culture. Now, I had to make the decision to do it on my own. Mm-hmm. I have plenty of friends who watch the same movies with me, who went to college and got great educations and are real estates and attorneys and all this other stuff. I chose to follow that gangster lifestyle. Nobody else.
See, I always thought it was cool, like, because I used to see it in the neighborhood. So it was more of a respect thing. That's why I was so quick to like, you want to fight? Let's fight. You want to shoot? Let's shoot. Because I was always wanting that respect. You going to respect me or you going to check me? Either way, it's going to be one or another. And so, like, I never had a chance to really watch those movies. Like, my mom wasn't going for that stuff.
You lived in a place where that wasn't.
It was reality.
It was reality.
And I'm not being disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm saying you lived in a place where that was reality.
You didn't
have to watch a movie. You
just walk outside.
That's the movie.
And that's what's going on.
Right.
So it's like, okay, because if you were soft where I was at, you was lost. And people just looked at you differently. But if they knew you was about that issue, people like, man, don't bother that dude there because you're going to be in for it to the end. So it's like, that's what really drove me that way. Because I saw the hustlers with all the nice rides and the jewelry and the clothing and everything else. So I'm like, okay, so I hear people talking about him.
I find that as a place, no matter where I've come from, right? I came from a totally different place. I came from suburbs, and yet I had a yearning to go do this stuff. Why? Because something on the inside wasn't 100% right. I know today, for me, that was a lack of connection with God, a lack of connection with my fellow man. And because I had this emptiness on the inside for some reason, I had to seek that out to fulfill my place or my purpose. I thought that was the way I was going to do it. You more of a sense of self-defense or survival.
Yeah, survival.
Right?
It was straight survival.
And I don't know what your background is, but I'm assuming you sought out these same things, right?
Kind of, sort of. So my first 3, when we came to America, first 6-7 years, grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. And I feel like that kind of
influenced you,
shaped me. And I think I told you this story. I never really told you this story, Larry. So, I grew up around having black friends. It was normal to me, and I missed the heck out of that era because I never felt like there was any racism. I never got, oh, he's the white dude. It was just, even the older heads in the neighborhood were like cool with me. And so it's just like hard to see now all the racism in the world. But where I'm going with that is, I've always been like very comfortable and got along with black people. My friends are black. So start up the Collier, but in like 2008, really transitioned to being a conservative and Republican and all that stuff. And so we do this Collier County Young Republican, start up this group. We have the first meeting, and I saw Larry come in. I'll be honest with you, I was like, my first reaction was like, I don't think he's here for the Young Republican meeting. And then I was come to find out we're talking. We have similar people we knew from streets or just in general. And like, that's why I just clicked with Larry. I'm like, wow, like, so now I get to do, start up the Young Republicans and someone like me, because I identify a little bit more with, certain type of people. So
urban culture.
I think that's it. And we just connected.
See, I grew up in Champaign, Illinois. We were a college town. Yeah. We had, Asians, we had blacks, we had Indians, we had whites, we had country whites, we had rich, it was such a melting pot of people. Like, you came to my birthday parties when I was 12 or or 7, it was 4 or 5 of my black friends, 2 or 3 of my white friends, 1 Asian dude, and that was kind of like, and we all clowned on each other. I didn't come up with race. There was no racial stuff. We all, if you had a defect, if you had something wrong with your arm, we called you chicken wing. If you had something. If you walked funny or if you stepped on your toes, we called you tippy toes or twinkle toe. Like, it didn't matter what color you were. We just loved each other, man. And so I didn't grow up with that. Until I came to Florida, I was like, damn, there's some racist people down here. You know, I didn't understand that.
It's crazy, man.
But that's where I grew up. It's a different culture.
You right, because you think about when we was growing up, we never heard people speak of racism. And think about all the racist TV shows were still going. Archie Bunker, George Jefferson, and all those type of people, like the words they were using in them shows, Fred Sanford, like, and it was fun. It was still played. But now all they do is talk about racism. And
they built that in, and then it's like, you know, dividing.
It's a tool to divide. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't there, because I know it was. I know that there's certain people out there that, you know, there's meetings, there's groups of people who are full of hate and full of racism.
Always gonna be.
But personally, I don't see it. Even today, where I'm at, in any circle that I'm in, I don't see it.
Just forget the racism. Now it's such a big deal if you're a Republican or a Democrat.
I feel more
that's more like, and back then it didn't. If you're so what, you're a Dem. We have a mutual friend like that, and he was like, "Oh, you sure you want a picture with me? I'm a Democrat." I'm like, I don't care.
Right.
I think doesn't now matter. I know, like, I'm going to use Naples. Right. Let's take Naples. Naples is more segregated through classism. I think more so, and I think more so the country is very segregated through classism and religious. I think religion and classism is really what divides America.
So has that changed since the 1600s then? Because isn't that what separated people back then?
It feels like history is repeating itself.
Religion and classism.
It just came back around, and people don't really know how to do it.
Yeah.
Because now people it's easy to just throw the word racism on it. Because
that's the go-to.
That's talking easy about it.
You know, they told me that I wouldn't be accepted in Naples because I was black. And I said, I be damn. I say, I know how to conduct myself. I'm educated enough. I might not have the money that can put me in them circles, which money didn't put me in them circles. Politics helped get me in those circles. And once people realize who but I can hold my own, it was cool. So, and, you know, I pay attention to everything. So I say, well, that's what really separates so many people in Naples. Like, you know, I done heard people over here call someone else poor white trash. And I like, why would you say that? You know, they didn't think I would get offended. But yes, I got offended. Like, I went to law school for civil rights.
Anyone who's been discriminated against is going to have a soft spot for discrimination. No matter what direction it's being pointed at.
And that's me.
Yeah.
That's me, man. Like, I hate it. I hate it, and I hate it. So,
because that's one of those things you talk about loyalty, right? From before. And that circle of friends that I had, we didn't care about who you was or what you was, but you know what I mean? We defended each other. You know, we clowned on each other.
But that's us.
But dang right, if I see you on the playground, that you messing like with my dude, if you call my dude an Asian, you call my dude an Indian, then we fight. You know what I mean?
Because that's my dude.
Yeah, I mess with Larry all the time, but someone says something out of pocket with Larry, no way. Best pizza place in Naples, Blake.
Ooh, I'm gonna say Pepe's. Neapolitan Way.
They've been around a long time.
Or not Neapolitan. What is that? Old Trail or something like that. Yeah, they got a good thin crust, and I like the meat they put on their paws.
No Diddy.
Yeah.
You found a way to work pause into the show. I love that.
I had to say it.
Best sushi place in Naples. You don't like sushi, really, right, Larry?
No, I do.
You do?
But I always went to Fort Myers for my sushi. I like Blue Sushi.
You're still around?
Yeah, downtown Fort Myers, and this one out down McGregor.
I'm gonna say Namba.
Of course you are. I'd say Zen Asian. Shout out to
Zen
Mike.
is decent.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. Shout out to Mike. Wu-Tang or NWA?
Yeah, that's not even fair. You can't make me pick between them two. It's two totally different.
You've seen the show. Number one, life isn't fair. Number two, it's not easy when you come on this show.
Dang. Wu-Tang has a special place in my heart. NWA. I mean, that's because of who they are.
You have to, yeah.
But Wu-Tang is like, I love.
Who's your favorite member of Wu-Tang?
Probably Method.
Yeah.
But I like ODB.
And Mariah go back like baby and pacify.
I like grimy. You know what I mean? I was a gutter guy, so I like
RZA is a genius.
RZA's dope. Yeah, I don't know. I like Method. Inspector Deck. I mean, all of them, bro.
Inspector Deck. I think he had the opening line in. Who had the opening in? Man, why am I? Is it for what's the song with the video, the high budget video that they had?
Raekwon?
No, it wasn't Raekwon. God, I'm trying to remember that it was a high budget video. Man, I can't. I'm gonna put background music while we talk about this song. One of the hardest opening verses. About the seas. I can't.
Oh yes, yeah, I know what song you're talking about.
I can't. I'm drawing such a blank on the song.
Too, but that's a bad song.
Mm-hmm. And the opening verse on that.
Yeah, he kills it.
Bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Lobster or crab?
Oh, lobster all day.
I guess you said what type of crab? King crab?
No, lobster.
It depends on if I have to peel it. If it's already peeled, I'm going with the crab.
Yeah, crabs work, man. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
No matter what. Yeah, for sure.
What's your favorite restaurant in Naples, Blake? Where's Blake Becker take the wife out? It's a special night. We know Blake.
Shout out to sales. Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna do something nice, I'm gonna do sales.
You spent some brunches at sales, right?
Long time ago, man. Sales. I don't have that type of money to eat at sales no more.
Yeah, no, you got to bring your bank account.
Yeah, man. Shoot, man.
Bring your wallet.
Shoot, me and the ex man being there. That's $800, $900, $1,300.
It's a good thing I don't drink, so it's only half of my bill drinks. So so I save a couple hundred, but I might splurge on that caviar or some dessert or something.
Oh, we got this fresh fish from South African Sea.
That's right,
from South African
and it's
lobster.
It's like $60 an ounce, huh? Fish sell about an ounce.
That's where they get you at too. Is like,
no, and I have to have at least a minimum of 8 ounces.
You're a big boy.
What's that place we went to though in Boca, New York Prime, and they were charging lobsters by the pound, and they had between 3 and 15 pound lobsters.
Oh yeah,
that was a good place.
Yeah,
Larry took me there for my birthday. Still,
and I've been in the poorhouse ever since. Trying to get it back.
Been a setback since. Anything else? We got a couple minutes. Anything else you guys wanna discuss? Bring up? Election.
I just want to say all power to the Almighty, our Heavenly Father, man. Like, we sit here and we are so blessed and just blessed to see another day. There's so many things going on in the world. So many people having all type of problems financially, spiritually, physically. We all at warfare, spiritual warfare, that is, and people don't know which way to turn. I mean, I'm even guilty of that of myself, man. I struggle. I struggle a lot just because dealing with other people. And I feel like the devil be so busy. Man, they have me in like times where I just be like, man, just hell with it all. Because I don't be understanding how could you be so good to certain people and people doing this, or you see people treating other people that way. And I feel like a lot of people are not reaching out back out to Christ, praying, fasting, and trying to be better. So, as we sit here and talk, I just want to give thanks to our Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ. I would say God, but people have different type of gods these days. Absolutely. So I'm saying Jesus Christ.
Amen to that.
My Savior. And just let us just keep doing our best that we can to make it in. Give him all the praises, give him all the glory. Even when we fall short.
We do every day. Every day.
None of us is perfect.
And we're blessed, right? You said it. We're blessed. We get to sit here and chop it up and clown on some people and clown on ourselves and be in this beautiful community that we live in, Naples, Freedom Town, USA. Shout out Pat Dearborn. But there's so many people around the globe, or let's talk about our country that aren't feeling as blessed as we are right now. Who are really in turmoil with the way things are going and the direction of things. And we need God at this point in time. We need Christ. We need something to intervene and get this thing turned around. And prayers for those who are looking for an answer.
Absolutely. And I just want to say I appreciate the both of you gentlemen. Very happy and blessed to have you guys in my life. Be able to do episode 12. I want to thank Becker Custom Builders, the #1 remodeler in Southwest Florida.
Let's go.
I see you all over social media doing these big projects.
And let me say something about one of our other sponsors as I looked at her sign up though. Lauren Maxwell Mortgage Team.
Yeah.
Listen.
The Queen Bee right there.
Yeah, that's the real Queen Bee. Lauren Maxwell. Since the mortgage rates have dropped, if you have to do anything, go see Lauren Maxwell. This woman is such a giver of herself and a giver of everything that she come across. And you know, one thing I really love about her is that that's just who she is.
Right.
She came up out the mud, hard worker, out the mud she rose. And she have done so much from the community from which I grew up in Immokalee, you know, and she been doing it year in, year out. Not only everything else that she does here in Naples, but man, it's a blessing to have someone like that to look out
in our community.
Yeah,
such a blessing.
To whom much is given, much is required, and she is a definition of that. And I just want to say thank you because it's so many people in the Immokalee that need so much help. So anybody out there that see this, if you need housing, you need your mortgage rate. Well, I mean anything dealing with mortgage rates and loan, whatever.
Supplies.
Yeah,
everything. Go
see Lauren.
Yeah,
give Lauren your business.
She's helped me from my first home to my second to my third to my fourth. She's been there in every single step. And then the stuff that she does in the community.
She does so much stuff behind the scenes. And
I know.
I don't even realize.
And there's things that she's done, not for me, but for others that, you know, it's, I think you guys would get it. But basically, if I know someone needs something, I can reach out to her and she's going to help. She's going to point me in the right direction. And I don't see her say no to anything.
Not at all.
I don't see her say no to anything. I try to say yes to as much as I can when people ask, but I know she don't say no. She's a giver. She
really is amazing. She's the best. I mean, when we, you know, ask if want to help sponsor the show, yeah, no problem. What you know,
that's my girl.
She's shout out to Lauren Maxwell. We love Lauren Maxwell and Dan Colwell too. He's an okay guy, Dan.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
The softest 3-0. We didn't even talk any sports today, but we will next time. And then Jimmy P's Burgers and More. Juan jumped on board with us from day one. We love Jimmy P's Burgers and More. Blake had a cheesesteak in honor of you yesterday.
Delicious.
Maybe he'll take you there.
Didn't know that was one of your faves, but yeah, it was good.
It was good. Specialty. Juan getting ready to open the second location here in the next coming weeks, so we appreciate it. Episode 12 in the books. Want to talk football real quick? 30 seconds? Anything?
No, I don't.
No, I don't either. My team's a mess.
That's what happened when you 1-2.
We'll cut it short till next time. Appreciate coming on, Blake. Larry is good. The only way I get to see. Remember, the only way you used to be able to see me was if you came to my work. Now the only way I can see you is shooting the podcast because you're so damn busy. But love you, my brother.
That's about to change. That's
Friday for you.
Yeah, it was good. Freestyle Friday. Thank you.
Yeah.
One love, one love, one love, one love, one love, one love, one love. Dear born, you'll be out soon, stay strong. Out in New York, the same shit is going on. The crackhead stalking, loud mouths is talking. Ho, check out the story yesterday when I was walking. That nigga you shot last year try to appear like he hurt something. Word him up, I heard him frontin'. And he be pumping on your block. Your man gave him your Glock and now they run together. What up, son? Whatever. Since I'm on the streets, I'ma put it to a cease. But I heard you blew a nigga with an ox for the phone piece. Wildin' on the